A garden is a great way to provide healthy and fresh food to you and your family. And there's complex garden designs and then there's simple garden designs. It just depends on what level of green thumb you are. So when designing a garden, you want to think about a few things. Do you have predators? Whether they're small little rabbits or whether they're large elk or deer. In our area, we got them all. So that's first and foremost. Do you need fences and do you need barriers? Then what kind of box do you want to grow it in? Metal? Do you want to grow recycled concrete? Do you want a man-made concrete block? Or would you prefer wood? We try to stay away from pressure treated wood because we don't want that getting into our product. We just want healthy stuff. So just use a good juniper or a good cedar if you're in our area. And then you're going to want to think about the soil type. Soil type is getting better and better all the time. There are counties that are growing soils that are specially modified for garden beds. It means it's been certified. They don't have pesticides and they haven't used woods that might have glue and in their compost and their recycling. So those are important things to look at, making sure you got a good way to retain everything, good way to protect everything, and a good soil to grow everything in. So one mistake that I see that people make is you don't fertilize well. There are some really good natural products out there that allow us to have safe organic fertilizer, but gives you good nutrients for your food to grow well. People are really discouraged by lack of growth, and that comes from not enough food. The other thing that people do is don't give their plants enough drainage. Drainage is so important because plants a lot of times, especially in the Northwest, drown before they dry out. So good soil that will hold moisture, but you don't want to drown the plant and plant it too deep. A lot of times people are planting plants way too deep thinking that they are going to starve of water if they don't plant them deeply. But the Native Americans, when we first moved to the Americas, they taught us how to plant really well by using mound method planting. It's done in China, it's done in India, and mounding things up is really important, or using some sort of planter box. Good drainage is really important. The other thing is a flower garden is going to be more for cutting or for viewing. It may have a different cycle to its life, where a vegetable garden is going to have different planting regimens. Flowers are going to die off in the winter most of the time, but they might come back. Whereas some of your garden produce is going to be able to be grown a lot of the year, but not everything grown all the year. So some things will die off, but you're going to replace it with something else. And that's why you want to think about companion planting. Planting things together that help fight bugs and grow well together as a group. One fun thing is that a pea is going to put in the soil nitrogen. So nitrogen is going to come from the root of the pea. So if you plant your peas in the spring and then plant your tomatoes and some of the other heavy nitrogen products right next to it as the peas are dying off, now you're going to have all that nitrogen for that plant to eat. So along with that comes the sun. You know, when I was young, we planted by moon cycles, and some people still do that to this day. But of course, your sun is going to be just as important or more important than the moon will be. The sun is going to be either too hot for some things or not enough for other things. Watermelon, cantaloupe, going to want a lot of sun. Spinach, you want to plant early in the year. Some of your other cold weather crops are going to want sun, but they're not going to want that intense sun come July. So thinking about shading, there are things that I'll plant in my shade garden that I can harvest all year long just about. And there's things that I can plant in the sun garden, but I don't want to mix some of my shade things and sun things. I want to make sure I understand what's the requirement of that plant and give them the right sun that they need. And then of course the other stuff to give them the right shade they want. Gardens bring so much joy to people, and that's why we consider them outdoor living spaces. There's something restorative to who we are as people when we touch the dirt. We get so much life and rejuvenation from just getting our hands dirty instead of just paper cuts. So I encourage people, get your hands dirty, plant some plants, watch it grow, especially for kids. That's what makes it such a good environment where you can enjoy the outdoor areas.